Grandpa kept that Chevy clean by the shed behind the barn. White wall tires and faded blue rust like freckles on its arms. 3 on the tree and vinyl seats, cracked from years of August sun. He'd grin and say, now ease that clutch, son, a good road ain't never run. We drove fence lines after rain, past the creek and cotton rows. Old Merle singing soft and low through the speaker's dusty glow. He talked slow about your name, 'cause a name is all you leave. Boy, take care of what you love and work till your hands believe. Grandpa's old Chevrolet rolls on down my veins and county road. Every dent still tells the truth, every mile still warms my soul. When this world turns mean and late, I go home in that Chevrolet. I was 16, scared to death, taking Jenny to the dance. Borrowed keys and borrowed nerve, prayer and sweat on both my hands. Bench seat held us close that night, stars hung low on Miller's Field. She said, your granddad raised a man, and my shaking heart got still. Grandpa's old Chevrolet rolls on down my veins and county roads. Every dent still tells the truth, every mile still warms my soul. When this world turns mean and late, I go home in that Chevrolet. Then one March the phone rang hard, snow came thin across the lane. We laid Grandpa in his suit while church bells cried his name. Grandma pressed those keys on me, said he'd want you driving on. So I drove that old blue hood till the whole sky turned to dawn. Now my boy sits where I sat, boot heels on the dusty floor. He asked me why I keep this truck when it drinks and rattles more. I say some things carry love long after the hands are gone. Turn that key and hear his voice like an old true country song. Grandpa's old Chevrolet rolls on down my veins and county road. Every dent still tells the truth, every mile still warms my soul. When this world turns mean and late, I go home in that Chevrolet. Grandpa's old Chevrolet rolls on past the years and through the pain. Every scratch shines like a star, every loss comes back as grace. When they lay me down someday, park me by that Chevrolet. one hand light upon the wheel. Sunday dust and diesel air, that old truck still feels so real. Grandpa's old Chevrolet rolls on, long as hearts remember home.
Moonlight on the fence line tonight, silver on the old barbed wire. Crickets sang in the Johnson field, smoke rolls up from a tire fire. Daddy's truck by the cedar post, radio low with a Heartland tune. I still see your dress in white, glowing soft in that August moon. We were young as the county fair, boots and dust and hands in prayer. You said life moves like a river, gone too fast if you don't care. We carved names in the feed barn wall, swore they'd live past our hard years. Moonlight on the fence line shine, like it did in younger time. Every rail and every mile takes me back to your shy smile. Wind still moves that pasture grass like no time has ever passed. Some nights love still feels that way. Moonlight on the fence line stays. Mom away from the porch that night, Mom away from the porch that night. Screen door slammed and the dogs all barked. We drove slow past Miller's Pond, fireflies lit the pasture dark. You leaned close when the song came on, said this town may never change. I said maybe that ain't so bad when your hand fits mine that way. Then the years rolled down the road, jobs and bills and winters came. Some folks leave and don't look back, some come home and speak your name. I've been north and I've been west, seen bright towns with neon signs. Still no light has ever touched like the glow on that fence line. Moonlight on the fence line shines, like it did in younger time. Every rail and every mile takes me back to your shy smile. Wind still moves that pasture grass like no time has ever passed. Some nights love still feels that way. Moonlight on the fence line stays. I went walking there last week, heard the creek behind the pines. Same old stars above the hills, same soft hush at closing time. There's your ribbon on the post, faded red and weather worn. Lord, a man can lose a lot, still be kept by what he mourns. If I close my eyes just right, I can hear your laughing voice in the whippoorwill at dusk, in the stillness and the noise. Love don't leave the land it knew, it just settles deep and wide, like the roots below the oak, like the ache I never had. Moonlight on the fence line shines, like it did in younger time. Every rail and every mile takes me back to your shy smile. Wind still moves the pasture grass like no time has ever passed. Some nights love still feels that way. Moonlight on the fence line stays. Moonlight on the fence line glows on the life that came and goes. If If you ask me where love went, it still shines where heaven been, over fields and over pines, over all these borrowed years. Moonlight on the fence line falls, soft as memory, bright as tears.
I grew up where the pine trees leaned by a field of rust and beans. Screen door sang in the summer wind, dog barked when the day came in. Mama called from the back porch swing, Daddy wiped his hands clean. Sun went down on the tailgate slow. Home was a gravel road. We had boots by the kitchen chair, dust and diesel in the air. Coffee strong at the break of dawn, radio played George Jones. Old fan turned in the window light, June bugs danced in the night. We did not have much to show. Home was a gravel road. Home was a gravel road. White dust on the soles we wore. It ran past the creek and oaks to the place my heart still knows. No street signs, no neon glow, just stars and a mailbox post. If love had a name back then, home was a gravel road. First kiss by the water tank, her blue dress and the smell of rain. Chevy parked by the fence line bend, we were young and heaven sent. Crickets sang through the county dark, I can still hear her laugh. She said, boy, do not let this go. Home was a gravel road. Friday nights by the rodeo, we would drive where the tall grass bowed. Cheap cologne and a county fair, her hand resting in my hand. We had big dreams in a small town sky, thought we had all our time. Now those days roll soft and slow. Home was a gravel road. Home was a gravel road. White dust on the soles we wore. It ran past the creek and oaks to the place my heart still knows. No street signs, no neon glow, just stars on a mailbox post. Love had a name back then, home was a gravel road. Then the years took us both away, jobs and miles and lives got made. Mama's house got sold one spring, Daddy's truck quit running. That old barn sank low with time, paint peeled off like old pride. Still I swear when the north wind blows, home was a gravel road. I came back on a Sunday dusk with my son in the pickup truck. Told him, son, this is where I learned how to lose and how to stand. Where your granddad bent his back, where your grandma sang like that. He looked out where the fence post broke. Home was a gravel road. Home was a gravel road. White dust on the soles we wore. It ran past the creek and oaks to the place my heart still knows. No street signs, no neon glow, just stars in a mailbox post. If love had a name back then, home was a gravel road. Not every road is black and smooth, some lead back to the truth. Some are lined with loss and grace, and a ghost we still embrace. I have lived in bigger towns, under bright and borrowed lights, but none of them could hold me close like that old gravel road. I still see that porch at night, yellow bulb and a patch of light. Mama humming soft and low, Daddy saying, check the stove. Summer air and a whippoorwill, moon above the silent hill. Every prayer my heart still knows rose from that gravel road. Home was a gravel road. White dust on the soles we wore. It ran past the creek and oaks to the place my heart still knows. No street signs, no neon glow, just stars on a mailbox post. Love had a name back then, home was a gravel road.
If you ask where my roots still grow, home was a gravel road. Yeah, my heart still runs back home to that old gravel road. There's a road past Miller's Field, worn by ties, time, and prayer. Runs down through the cottonwood to a chapel standing there. White paint cracked by summer heat, bell still hangs above the door. I was just a barefoot boy when I first walked that old floor. Mama wore her Sunday blue, Daddy shined his only shoes, Grandma hummed the harmony, soft as morning on the pews. Dust would dance in window light when the preacher raised his hand. That little church in the valley felt like all the promised land. That little church in the valley held our tears and held our name through the weddings and the funerals, through the drought and through the rain. When this world kept turning hard, it was steady as the truth. That little church in the valley still feels like home to me. I got saved at 16 years, heartbeat wild as thunder rolls. Kneeled beside that wooden bench with more questions than control. Then I kissed my first true love by the oak behind the gate. We wrote forever in our plans, like forever had to wait. Then I left for city lights, steel and smoke and neon signs, traded fields for concrete streets and a life that outran time. But on nights I couldn't sleep, I could hear that old choir sing from that little church in the valley, like a rope tied to my soul. That little church in the valley held our tears and held our names through the weddings and the funerals, through the drought and through the rain. When this world kept turning hard, it was steady as the truth. That little church in the valley still feels like home to me. Then one winter Mama called, said that Daddy's time was near. So I drove that old state line with both hands and blinded tears. Snow lay thin on pasture fence, moon hung low and pale above, and the bell rang slow that Sunday like a goodbye wrapped in love. We laid Daddy in the ground by the cedar and the stone. Preacher spoke of mercy's peace, while I learned what grief could hold. After folks had all gone home, I just sat in silent light in that little church in the valley, till the stars came out that night. That little church in the valley held our tears and held our name through the weddings and the funerals, through the drought and through the rain. When this world kept turning hard, it was steady as the truth. That little church in the valley still feels like home to me. And now my boy's almost 10, looks like me at that same age. He asks why old buildings matter when the world keeps turning page. I say, son, not all strong things standing still a city stone. Some are built of faith and heart, and the hands that lead you home. Last July we drove back down past the creek and cattle guards. He ran straight up to the bell rope like he knew it from the start. Sunlight crossed the faded cross, swallow circled in the sky, and I saw 3 generations in one place and one reply. That little church in the valley held our tears and held our names through the weddings and the funerals, through the drought and through the rain. When this world keeps turning hard, it stays steady as the truth. That little church in the valley still feels like home to me. Yes, that little church in the valley still feels like home to me. Down that road past Miller's Field, past the dust and memory.
Before first light, the porch was cold, the world was gray. Her suitcase stood beside the door like it had something hard to say. The coffee pot was on the stove, but neither one of us could speak. The screen door cried out in the wind like it knew this would be the week. The station sat by Miller Road, just past the church and grain co-op. That old red bench was soaked with dew. The town was still, the clocks had stopped. She wore the blue dress Mama liked and held her coat up to the rain. She kissed my cheek, then looked away. She left with the morning train. She left with the morning train, smoking steel and falling rain. I stood there with my hat in hand, watching her fade from this town's frame. That whistle cut through all I knew, like sorrow running through my veins. She took the sun out of my sky, she left with the morning train. I drove back home in Daddy's Ford, past fields we worked in summer
still leaned the way it leaned. Dust rose beneath those tight old wheels. Her laugh still hung around the barn. Her shadow crossed the kitchen floor. Her Bible sat beside the bed, like she might walk right in once more. By Friday night at Wilson's place, the boys all tried to pull me out. They played some Cash and George Strait tunes, but I just nursed my bottle down. The neon buzzed, the jukebox hummed, some couple swayed where we once swayed. I saw her face in every song and paid my tab and drove away. She left with the morning train, smoke and steel and falling rain. I stood there with my hat in hand, watching her fade from this town's frame. That whistle cut through all I knew, like sorrow running through my veins. She took the sun out of my sky. She left with the morning train. The winter came to Willow Creek. It froze the tracks and split the wood. I fixed the roof, I fed the dogs, I did the best a broken man could. The postman brought me bills and asked, but never one with her sweet name. I'd walk on down to read the sign and stare along that rusted lane. Then spring rolled in with dogwood bloom, and green came back across the hill. The creek ran high behind the house, but in my chest it all stood still. I found her ribbon in the truck, tucked in the crack above the seat. I held it like a prayer at dusk and felt my whole heart miss a beat. Some folks say time can ease the hurt, some say love's just a passing thing. But time has not unlearned her touch, nor silence what the memories sing. If I hear that whistle after dawn, I'll still turn quick and call her name. Like one more chance might ride that line and step down from that iron train. Last Sunday after church let out, Miss Clara said she'd heard a word. A girl like her was seen up north in some small mill town. So I heard. I smiled and said, well, I hope so. Then walked back slow through Cedar Lane. But all night long I watched the dark and dreamed beside the passing train. She left with the morning train, smoke and steel and falling rain. I stood there with my hat in hand, watching her fade from this town's frame. That whistle cut through all I knew, like sorrow running through my veins. She took the sun out of my sky. She left with the morning train. Now years have passed on Miller Road. The depot's closed, the paint is gone. The benches cracked, the weeds grew tall, but every dawn I still drive on. I park beneath that cottonwood and listen when the wind complains, for one more ghost of goodbye love that left with that old morning train. She left with the morning train, and I ain't been the same again. This town still wakes, these fields still roll, but part of me rides there with her name. If love is more than holding on, then mine still runs those same old rails. She took the best of who I was. She left with the morning train. She left with the morning train.